we had a visit with a gentleman, and we had been given a referral that he had spent a lot of time in his room, and the staff felt that it was important that he could benefit greatly from a visit from the elderflowers. We knew that he had very good eyesight and hearing, but his verbal communication wasn't the best. The staff also knew that I was Canadian, which plays into this because this gentleman had spent many years in Canada. So we went to this gentleman's room and introduced ourselves and walked in and noticed that he had some pictures of Canadian scenes on the wall. We made some comments about that. And then my partner started to sing the Canadian national anthem. He only got so far because he doesn't know all the words. So he passed it over to me. And I started to sing the Canadian national anthem while making eye contact with the gentleman. And at a certain point, this gentleman put his hand over his heart, listening to the Canadian national anthem, and I mirrored, I did the same thing. And I got more and more emotional as I was singing to him and sort of with him. He wasn't singing, but I could sense the emotional contact. By the end of the anthem, I was at my maximum emotional state, way up there. And there I was at the end of it, and the gentleman was just sitting there with his hand over his heart. But you can't stay at that level. So with his permission, I asked if I could sit down beside him, and he said yes, and nodded. And I just took the words from the national anthem of Canada and just started with, "Oh, Canada." And then I started to name places in Canada. Started with Halifax on the East Coast and worked my way across the country. And I was looking for nice, juicy names like Moose Jaw and Thunder Bay, Medicine Hat, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. With each one, he really looked at me intently and listened carefully, and I could tell by his facial expressions whether the places meant anything to him. He would give a little nod or a smile or just not respond. And finally, I got to Lake Athabasca. His face just lit up, and he smiled from one ear to the other and said, "Yes, yes." So I knew that we had really hit on some connection. It turns out that I found out later that he had spent some time at Lake Athabasca. So all these Canadian connections, the support of my partner who was present all the time, just made for this incredibly full, amazing visit with this gentleman.